head coach Nitra Perry after a 54-44 loss to Mercer. Coach, just your thoughts on the game?
Obviously, we didn't get to the free throw line. Got our rebound, I think, 13 or 14. And when I look at the game, I'm ticked because we lost. But the positive in it is you're in the hunt. You're down 3 with, 2 minutes left and you haven't shot free throws. And you are getting out-rebounded. So I just felt like, we're a couple plays away. The fundamentals, blocking out, stuff like, things that can get fixed. So going into conference play, I still feel pretty good.
And then you, like you mentioned, you couldn't quite get over the hump. You got within 1, got within 2, late in the game. Just talk a little bit how, you guys have played great defense, but then they come back and get a score.
It was one of those days. Christina Wells gets those left-hand layups. She makes them, I would say, 9 out of 10 times. It was just one of those games. And nobody was trailing. And just, looked a little bit winded at times. And I just thought, we just needed that one shot to go down. Kelly Dukowski was fantastic today. And I just think it's, we just take the momentum into Upstate because I don't think we played a bad game. The shots weren't falling. But we did get stops on defense, and we're a defensive team.
You mentioned Dukowski, 11 points, played some good defense in there too. Dixon came in, Valisa Dixon, Nephew Lockley came in, when after Aerie went down with the injury. Just talk a little bit about your bench tonight.
Again, it's really positive going into conference play, getting your bench that confidence. I still feel like, and we all feel like, it's going to take everybody to get where we want to get to. And every night, somebody different has stepped up. Tonight was no different. But, again, like I said, it goes back to the fundamentals.
And Jazz led the team with 14 points, 9 rebounds. Just talk a little bit about her game tonight. She's been not off, but hasn't been putting up the
She ain't been
points.
putting up 30 and 15?
Yeah, exactly.
That might not happen every day. She had a steady game. She was 7 for 12, 14 points. She had a very, very tough defensive assignment in Robinson, who had 12 offensive boards. And so, when you look at it, for her to put out 14 points and still having to go against somebody that's that good of an athlete, I was proud of her today.
And then, like you mentioned, Saturday, go down to Upstate to start conference play. Just talk a little bit about that and what the team's looking forward to heading into conference.
Upstate is a tough team. They have a really good post player. They have really good guard play. So I think it's going to be a battle. I mean, you got to be a road warrior. You're going into conference. You want to open it up with a win. Open up on the road, and we've actually been pretty good on the road. So, I'm confident that we'll bounce back.
Questions?
Coach, one thing I want to bring up, there was a play with 44 seconds left in the game. Dukowski was shooting. I mean, really was. She had a breakout game. It looked like she was open again when Carly kind of penetrated to the middle and Dukowski was open on a kick, and then Carly turned around and
shot it.
Went up. Did you see that play? Did you see Dukowski open? Did you hope that she got the ball?
Well, you see everything from the side.
Right.
Yes, she was open. Carly's a great point guard. Like I said, it was just one of those times, and I had been on them about, the first half we had several shot clock violations, and we needed to get the ball on the rim. And so, I trust Carly that was a good decision. Was Kelly open? Yes. I think it's a little different when you're out there in the angle. They were kind of on parallel planes, and so when somebody's parallel to you and you're going towards the basket, that's a really, really hard pass to make.
Jasmine had a really good game, but I think something that stood out to me was that Wells, Sawyers, and then Carly combined for 9. It seemed like they struggled a little bit tonight. Do you have an explanation for why their scoring was just a little bit down, considering they're all averaging pretty good numbers this year?
I would just say we missed shots. We missed shots. Christina was 1 for 7. DeAndre was 2 for 14, which is very uncharacteristic. And so you're going to have days like this. It's not the last game that they're going to miss shots. And it goes back to what I said before. We always look to create extra possessions. I'm more disappointed in the rebounding effort more so than missing shots, because you can't really, dictate that every game.
McAllister was 1 off a double-double. And I think something that really showed up tonight was it seems like she's really comfortable. I mean, I don't know how many times she plays a 6'5" girl. I'm not sure it's if ever, but she seemed pretty comfortable with her turnaround shot and getting up against her and getting some nice layups under the basket. Talk about her.
She was.
matchup with her.
I was very confident in what she could do against Robinson. It wasn't the first 6'5" kid she's played. She's actually been undersized all season, and so. Her baby hook, we talk about it all the time. I don't really think anybody can stop it when she has a really good seal.
Have you scouted the ASUN to see if there's anyone that's going to be closer to bigger than McAllister than smaller? Because a lot of games she looks like the biggest girl on the floor.
We're doing one game at a time.
Yeah.
But I just off the top, Amber Porter, how tall is she? 6'2", 6'3"?
Something like that,
Williams or McAllister?
Amber
Stetson.
Porter from Stetson.
Oh, Stetson.
So
yeah.
Stetson, they have a good post player. The post player Starling that we're playing Saturday is a good post player. It's not necessarily the size; it's more of the skill set. So Jazz is a very skilled post player. So every night in conference is gonna be a tough game. Doesn't matter.
I want to ask you, just because this is the first time that I've made it out here so far this year, I mean, the huge turnaround with you guys. I mean, last year, you have a lot of the same personnel from last year, but new faces like Fry, and then McAllister seems like she's completely changed the makeup of this team. If you look at the standings right now, it's FGCU and Stetson who have been there and done that, and then you guys. I mean, you're a first-time head coach here at KSU. I mean, how proud are you of this turnaround?
I'm excited. I just think it says a lot about the future of the program, and it's more just the kids that we're getting that believe in the vision of our staff and the university, and so we're just trying to get better every day. We don't really look at the standings right now, but it's great to already have 11 wins when we've won how many ever in the last 2 years. But we have some hard workers and kids that are tough. They're tough kids, and I think that makes a difference.
Thank you.
Coach, having a 11-4 record before entering ASUN play, just how are you going to keep your team sort of humble and keep the mindset that yes, we've come far and we have a great record, but we still have a lot to go with conference play coming up?
Well, we just got our rebound about 14, so that's going to be easy to keep them humble, I think. But the one thing that even though, Carly Fry and Jazz are new here, they're not new to winning. And so losing doesn't feel good to either one of those guys. Christina Wells is thirsty because her career here, she's laid it on the line and not necessarily got the results. So I think it's not going to be that difficult for ASUN play to keep them motivated.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you guys for coming.